An undisputed leader in engineering and fabrication since 1992 here in Nigeria, Anagano Dames Global Limited strives in delivering quality projects and innovative solutions with superior value for its stakeholders. In 30 years of operation, Anagano Dames has established itself as a company built on innovation. Founded by a visionary with burning passion to create jobs and offer innovative solutions within the engineering and fabrication space, Anagano Dames from the corner of a shop with 2 staff has grown to be an irrepressible force to reckon with within the construction and fabrication industry.
It all started after about 3 years of working experience. So I met my boss. I said I wanted to leave for a private party. He said, no. I'm not allowing you to go, you are my best hand, and so I won't allow you to go. And of course, I'm like a father to you. I want you to have an experience at least minimum 7 years. I say, that's too much. I can't be working one place for that time. I'm somebody that loves activity. Because even my assignment, that time I was in Guinness all this while, my assignment in Guinness is based on shift. So we do morning, afternoon, and night shift. And so when I'm on night, I go to some other workshop to work, to train the staffs, to help them to cut gears, because most of the workshop I discovered they can't cut gears, spiral gears, sport gears. So I go there to teach the staff and to help them to cut gears, just to busy myself. And then they give me some money, they pay me for the services. So at a time I discovered that my time has been consumed by all those many customers that are calling me. This one will call me, come and help me, come and help me. So I was using so many workshops. I was going to Ojota too. What is this name called? This is Site Center, to help the students too. Those students that have, the technical students that have projects, I assist them in their projects, helping them to do the project, teach them some workshop technology. From there, I became so busy, so I needed to leave. But my boss refused until when I was about 8 years plus in the company. Now tell him I'm leaving, so that I'm going to school and it's disturbing my studies. So he allowed me. That's how I left Guinness April 1992. I resigned after my 1 month layoff notice. I left and then I rested at home for about 1 week plus. I started this business exactly May 10, I kick off. And then I bought a vice, a machine vice, just 400 naira. That is the major capital I used to start. That's just the vice. Because apparently I was using other people's workshop. But sometimes that's the only thing I can buy that time. That was the only capital I can buy. Because when I left, I was paid 7,000 plus that time as my severance package. 7,000, and then I now look around. What can I do? I just buy that vice, look for a shop. In fact, I didn't look for a shop. I told my landlady I just built a small thing in front of the house, and I started. So when customers come, they meet us there. When customers come, they meet us there. After about 2 months, I employ a girl. I employ a sales girl that stays there where I go out. So I go out, I get job, I go to other people's workshop in the night to do the job, just to build up my capital before I bought my first lathe machine.
Through excellent client satisfaction within the space of 5 years, Anagano Dames grew from servicing local clients to multinationals and mega manufacturing brand.
We bought a small drilling machine, still here. The drilling machine is as old as the company. So we started just for people. When people want to give you jobs, sometimes they want to see your workshop, sometimes they want to know where you are. So we started, and gradually we got Coca-Cola as one of our clients. This time we started getting corporate customers. That time it was individual customers that were giving me jobs. But this time I started getting corporate customers. When I left Guinness, after 1 month, my chief engineer was looking for me and they said I resigned. So he said they should call me. So he called me in and then said, why did you resign? We promote you every year. We encourage you. Why? So I said I left, I'm going to school. He said, okay, since you are going to school, there is no problem. I will encourage you to even advance your education. He now said, okay, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm doing both of them. I'm going to school and I'm getting jobs and I'm doing it. I have some friends that have workshop where I use. It's okay. If that's the case, he gave me some jobs. Apparently, there are jobs that I'm used to. He said, you can do this. I said, yeah. He said, okay, quote for it. I quoted for it. And then he told the secretary, you know him now? He said, yes. So register him. He's one of our best hands here. Register him. That's how Guinness became my second corporate customer. From there, somebody introduced me to Bako Bag. From there, another person. All these, they are the engineers. They are looking for so, go to so. So that's how we've been growing gradually.
DIM started 1992. I joined 1996. We started from collar in a shop. We increased the shop to 2. We increased the shop to 4. We increased the shop to 6. We now moved to Ojuore, our old site now. So it's like I'm there from the beginning.
It's a common knowledge that every phase comes with its own share of challenges. Anagona Dames faced several obstacles on his way up, but the founder and group CEO, engineer Stephen Dimo, stood his ground to weather the storm each time it arises.
One day that we'll never forget, you remember I said I built a shop in front of my house. So not knowing that the house has some challenge, so they went to court and the other party won the property. So they came and removed our shop, removed the roof, and I lived there. They removed my house. I think that's the greatest day, one of the greatest challenging days of my life. We had to move our things, my house things, to somewhere. The workshop, the machine, the little machine we have, the little shop we have to move those things, just divide them around and everything. So, but luckily, thank God, we have some money. We started looking for shop first. We got a shop. From there, we got a house close to the shop. That's how we moved to Alagbado. That is Kola in Kollington. So we just looked for about 2 shops or 1. I think it was 1 we rented first. Then later we rented the person close to us packed out. So we have to join the place to become 2. From there to 3, from there to 4, from there to 5. We use about 6 shops before we move to this place that we are today.
From the beginning, as a woman, I was like, at a stage I was like, okay, you will go look for work. Because you will stay back at work, come back late, you did not see anything that you bring. So I think it's better you go and look for paid job. He now said no, that it's just starting. We should give him some time. And I said, okay. Now started gradually, the thing was picking up, and I can see that okay, it's just because we just started that time. And we had so many people living with us, so we need finance to cater for them, and the thing was not really coming. But at a stage, now give up, and now supported him. Anything is real, anywhere I fix him, anywhere at all. If he's carrying material, if he's operating machine, I will do.
When I was having a running battle with my landlord, the late Nurini Yusuf, we're always doing it there. So one day he owned his generator, my staff didn't know. So they owned the machines, and so the machine drew his generators. He came with his army of men and beat up my staffs. And then that midnight, that 1 p.m. precisely, came to the house with his army. They picked me up. My wife was crying, was shouting and everything. They picked me up. But luckily for him, he said they should not touch me. Nobody should touch me. They brought me to his house, and he said, why do I want to destroy the generator? I'm going to pay for the generator. And he ordered the army to move all the machineries. This time we have plenty of machinery, we have 6 shops. He said we should move out of the shop. So we packed everything that night. You can imagine moving machinery at night. He said the armies, all of them should join us to move everything, and he locked up the place. That time we have about 35 staffs, or about close to 40 staff. So he said, okay, we should go. So in the next morning, customers were plenty. That time we have about 20 customers. People coming to meal, people coming to buy product. They met the shop, the office closed. They say, why? So they gathered themselves, all the staff, all the customers. They went to his gate, to Nuren Yusuf gate. They stayed there. The army pursued them. They said they should kill them. Whatever they do, that he has driven them from work, and they are not going to leave the gate. I think when they were making noise, the man got to know, and he came down. And he started asking them one by one, what do you do? This one said, I'm trimming rubber. What do you do? This one said, I'm machinist. What do you do? This one said, I'm a welder. What do you do? This one said, I'm the manager. They have to say, you mean you people are all working for this company? He said, yes. Go and call me your boss. So I was looking for other places for us to move. That's the day I got this land. That was how I got this land. I was looking around, so they now called me. I went back. He said, well, he's sorry, he never knew. Many people are eating from me like this, we should pack him. So he opened up the place, we moved in, but my spirit left the place. So after about 3-4 months, we started moving gradually. As God will have it, we left the machines there. We bought new machines. We started buying new machines here. And finally, 2008, we moved finally to this place.
Built on the foundation of integrity, Anagana Dane stands out amongst his competitors, gaining the trust of multinational brands and gigantic projects.
When you form a niche for yourself, people begin to patronize you. Number one thing that I've discovered that have differentiated us from all our competitors is the trust people have for us. Number one, financial trust. People know that when they give us money, you understand, we give them their product. We will not run with your product. People trust us financially, and people trust our integrity. There are certain jobs in engineering that will challenge you. You may not be able to finish it. I don't mind the cost. I refund the money to the owners. If I see that this challenge, because every day we face challenge. Somebody can just tell you now that this crayfish, I want to do it like this, can you produce the machine? And we start. We have not produced it before, we just start. For instance, one of the greatest challenging job I had was in 2005 when I first do my first powder mixing machine. I discovered that nobody around us had produced it before, so nobody to learn from. So we started gradually. It took some time. The man even was threatening to arrest me in the police station, but eventually we got the job. Today, the companies, they are big now. They are big, you understand? So from that time till now, we produce those things. We work with all the cement industries of Dangote, all the Dangote group. We work majorly with them. We produce their spare parts, their engineering spare parts. We produce their buckets. We produce their rollers. We produce their elevators. We join beds for them. We produce their rubber products. There are so many bigger projects we handle. The biggest project we ever handle, the first one is Faith Tabernacle. We are part of the people that built Faith Tabernacle. My staff, about 10 of my staff were there for 1 year, all through that Faith Tabernacle was built. It's one of our biggest projects. Covenant University too, were there. And so many churches that we have outside Lagos, in the north, in the south, in the east, that we have handled. We have been handling over majorly the structural works, structural engineering. That's what we do for them. For big halls, for churches, for event centers, we have handled so many.
Think growth, capacity building, human capital development. Dame's operation brings life and hope to many, irrespective of their background.
I started working in this company since 1999 at Yusuf Road, Kola. That's where we start working. When I entered this company, I buy 2 plots of land and I build my house. I'm okay. And I train my child from this company. I have still many things. My boss is a very, very nice man and I like their family. They are okay. That's why I'm working with them still yet now.
Formerly, I was a cleaner. Then I later moved to trimming department. I've been here before. I have been able to send my children to school. They are still in school, and the MD have been of a great assistance. It's a lot. I achieve a lot by God's grace. It's not just MD, it's a father of all.
In Dames, Anagana Dames, it's a big family. We are all family. All the staff, both male and female, they are like my children. We play together, we make noise together. When there is tension, we tension together. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. So it's a big family. When you treat staffs as your family members, when you treat them as your brothers, they won't leave you. So that's why we have some staff that have been with us for 20-something years, some staff that have been with us for 15 years. We have associates that have been with us for the past 30 years. We have been coming together. We have not separated.
My years is 19 years. 19 years together. So I'm a road worker. When I did this company, I built out here, and I married, I became this company, I did this company. Before I enter here, I know spanner, but I don't know about rubber. So when I reach here, I know about rubber, I know about machine and different things.
2008, I was working as a normal, let's say, apprentice, so I was learning. So now, I'm now a manager. It has made me learn many things that I would not have been able to learn if I worked in other places. I've been able to learn various things in various fields of engineering.
I've been part of the company, well, since forever, I would say. But I started having active roles when I entered into the university. Basically, my role is to document the day-to-day activities of the company and to bring the modern approach, which is to computerize the company a little bit in the way I can.
Since I've joined the company, I've bought a land. Academically, when I joined this company, is when I was enrolled for my OND. So since then, the MD of the company will help along the way. Then financially, I think it's okay, I'm okay.
The company has showed me, well, it has shown me a new approach to things I can be doing. Apart from documenting the company's day-to-day process, I also work with the rubber section, which is basically close to the field I studied. So it has shown me other aspects, the practical aspects, which they do not touch on in schools in Nigeria a lot.
There are a lot. We talked about the achievement, but let's look at it in the spiritual aspect first. When I came here, he's a pastor. The first day I came, and he's a very disciplined man. I learned something from him when the first day I came. The nature of the job, it's not like the way we used to do out there. Comes in the morning, he has his devotion. We were supposed to have our own devotion at our own personal devotion. So I learned something in the spiritual aspect. But when it comes to the work ethics, we don't usually go out. We work in the workshop. When it comes, he tells you, this is how you're supposed to do this. This is how you're supposed to do this. You are an engineer. That's a statement. You say, you are an engineer now. Do it like this. Do it the way engineer does this thing. He tends to notice when you are a bit moody. He's a very sensitive man. He tends to pick those things and try to cheer you up and tell you that things will be fine. It's just step by step. So I've learned a lot.
Obviously, professional jobs for people, you have to help the people around you. That's always very important. That's the first thing I like about the company, and also his MD. Also trying to help people in the little way he can. That's always the top of anybody's wish or priority in life. Also, it's making people to it's giving people a way to stand on their own, and that's always important. Like you come, you work for some years, and you leave to go and stand on your own, and also provide job for other people, which is helping people to help other people. So that's always also very important. Apart from the fact that it pays for my school fees.
Today, Deems offer a wide range of services, from general metal machining, tuning, shaping, slotting and surface grinding, fabrication and construction of work as per customer specification, molding of industrial and automobile parts, rubberizing of roller, relogging of forklifting tires, extrusion of profiles and endless O-rings, repairs and joining of conveyor belts, elevator chain for conveyor system or lifts, supply of technical labors, fabrication of assaulted molds for diverse products, rubber bushing and absorber of any size, construction and erection of trusses, and a new facility being built to service the plastic and packaging industry amongst others.
We have 4 companies in one. We have the engineering, we have the rubber, which is Flourish Polymers and plastic, and we have the plastic. You understand? So these are 4 companies in one. Then we have the services, the structural side of Anagada. That's the one we go to build churches, build event hall, any big hall that you cannot use wood to roof. Then we can come there and roof them. For the products we produce spoons, we are going to take away now, the new factory now, we have takeaway machines there that we are going to, that's the next phase of the company, Flourish, the plastic side. We've started producing spoons from here. We produce household materials like bowls. Then we produce air bowls. We produce tea, that's plumbing materials, all plumbing accessories. We produce it. Producing machine takes time. It takes concentration. But now that the company is a little bit large, we have so many things we're doing, we begin to leave certain things. For instance, we're producing car spare parts before, all the rubber spare parts, like bushings, shock absorber, resin rubber, what is it called? Shaft rubbers, steering hose rubbers. We're producing it at the initial time. We produce it, that's our major production. But because we have grown big now, we now have hydraulic presses, we are not using manual presses again. So we have to leave that for our extension.
As Deems clocks 30, its past, present and future achievements point to the great potential and possibilities available within the engineering, construction and innovative fabrication space.
The part of the Josma is like a shining light. We are growing we are still growing. Our target is to have factory in all the 6 geopolitical zones. That's our business. So the next factory is coming up in my place. I want to do something in my place. That's our next phase now. We are acquiring land to put the structure there, majorly to train young engineers. Like this, our new factory now, we have a training center there where we train young school leavers, like university graduates. Some of them have gone to the university, they know the theory, just like I know the theory, and I have to be schooled through all the practical learning and all the rest by observation and by practice. So we teach them, some of them. Then we can start young people who want to go into production. We can start them, like somebody going into rubber production with a little like 50,000 or 100,000, he can start. And before you know it, in 2-3 months, we employ 1 or 2 people to start jacking, to start producing for them. 1 in the day and 1 at night. That's how we can sort. Before you, if you know this company now, you see that so many people are tied to us. People are doing rubber that have no rubber machines. They come here, they need rubber at a cost, and they go and produce. They have 2 workers, some have 1, some have 3, some have 6. That's the little way we are helping the country. If we want to tell you that we have 300 staff in this company now, we are not telling lies, because most of them rely on us for their work to go on. So we are feeding them. We have outlets where we are feeding. We feed them with raw materials to do their own production. That's why I'm telling you that we have over 300 staff.
In the next 30 years, it's going to be global. Just like we have changed our name now from Beams Precision Limited to Anagana. Anagana is the one that is wide.
I feel very happy for the company, and I hope it will add more years to the 30 years. I know it will add more years to the 30 years because the company is strong and has a strong foundation.
For a company to be 30 is a big achievement for anybody. To be 30, even if you have a shop for 30 years in Nigeria, that's a big achievement. So I'm also proud of the MD, who is also my dad, because it's a long road he has come. The company is older than me, so he has come a long way. So I'm happy for him and I'm proud of him.